Hi, this is Claire with the Kitschy Kitchen, and I'm here with my good friend Jonathan from Compartes in Brentwood, California, and he's going to tell us all about truffles, ganaches, and the wonders of chocolate making.
So make sure you stay tuned for an exclusive interview and behind the scenes of making chocolate at Compartes.
My first question is the truffles. So that really is sort of your thing. That's the flagship of the store. The store used to be known for stuffed fruits and dipped fruits and more old-fashioned candies and chocolates and things of that nature. So where did the truffles come from, and why truffles?
I came up with the idea for truffles by using kind of European-style traditions and methods, and I wanted to kind of take Compartes in a new direction of being more of a gourmet chocolatier rather than a traditional chocolate shop. So I really am a fan of dark chocolate. My inspiration for coming up with that was to make something that's really dark, but also can be fun by infusing different ingredients into it. As you know, I have things like the mango saffron, kaffir lime lemongrass, raspberry rose, etc. So the great part is that dark chocolate is such a nice base that I get to play with different flavors in the kitchen and kind of build upon the really great flavor of the dark by itself.
You make so many exotic flavors. We've already discussed some of the ones that you've done. What would you say would be the ones that you were surprised by how successful they were and how well they came together? And what were the ones that were train wrecks?
I guess some of the low points, I did one time called jalapeno honeydew, and the LA Times didn't really like it, so that was a low point for me. I didn't really like it either, but I wouldn't have recommended out of 50 truffles to try the jalapeno honeydew. I had like 20 in the case, and of course that's the one they wanted to try, so, you know. Probably some of my favorite truffles are the ones where I get to pair a fruit with an herb or spice. One of my favorites is mango saffron, and that just came up by a fluke. I wanted to do something with saffron, and I wanted to do something that's sweet that complements it. Of course, traditionally people would think, okay, it's a Middle Eastern spice, pair it with rosewater, pair it with pistachio, or something like that. And I wanted to do something a little bit more outside the box. I did a mango basil beforehand, and the mango saffron it knocked my socks off when I ate it.
Okay, so what we have here now is some pre-made ganache, right? That's been cooled and is ready to actually be covered by other chocolate.
Right, correct. So this ganache actually starts off as liquid. So we take chocolate, melt it in a double boiler. So if you want to make ganache at home, take the chocolate, melt it in a double boiler, and then you're going to infuse it with warm cream that's definitely not supposed to be hot enough where it gets bubbles in it. For this one in particular, it's cardamom coconut. So what I did is put the cardamom inside the cream and have it be infused. So it took about 2 hours, and then I used a strain or a sieve, and then when I'm pouring the cream into the melted chocolate, I'm straining out to the pieces of the cardamom.
And what is the ideal consistency for a ganache?
You definitely want it to be smooth when you're stirring it. There can't be any bubbles in the ganache. Bubbles will turn into actual bubbles in the chocolate when people eat it, and you don't want that to happen. That also allows air to come in and moisture to come in, which again, you don't want that since there's fresh cream in there. You don't want moisture. So, you know, ganaches in general have to be as liquidy as possible. So let's go into the chocolate dipping room, and I'll actually show you how we dip chocolate.
Okay, so we are here at Jonathan's, what do you call this?
Chocolate room.
Chocolate room.
Yeah.
And what is this machine that we're looking at right now?
So this is the room where all the magic happens. This is a chocolate tempering kettle, and in here we put you know, hard pieces of chocolate and melt them down to what we call the right temper, which is the right liquidity for the chocolate that keeps it at the right temperature and consistency for dipping.
Okay. And so what are you looking for in the tempering process? Does it preserve the chocolate better? What does it exactly do to help the chocolate?
Well, what it does actually is preventing blooming, and blooming is when the cocoa butter comes out of the chocolate due to temperature. So sometimes if you leave like a Crunch bar in your car and it melts, you'll see that white on top.
Oh, the chalkiness.
Exactly. So, and you know, when it's too cold also, you have the same problem with the temperature. So it's very temperamental. 1 or 2 degrees plus or minus can actually allow us to dip chocolate, and 2 hours later they'll end up with white streaks on the top because it wasn't at the right consistency.
Wow. So chocolate is actually a very delicate temperamental thing to work with.
Absolutely. It's very different than making a ganache where you could just use a double boiler and it doesn't matter the temper and the temperature of the chocolate, but when you're dipping, it's going to be presented. So you're looking for that beautiful sheen, that nice color. As you can see the chocolate here, it just free flows beautifully with shininess.
It's gorgeous. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us, learning all about chocolates and the amazing confections Jonathan is making here at Compartes.
And stay tuned to the Kitschy Kitchen for more, and you can always log on to www.compartes.com to buy your truffles, confections, and amazing chocolate. Check it out.
Amazing.
Check it out.